This is Claude Code Conversations with Claudine, the show where we skip the hype and go straight to the source. I ask the questions. She gives the answers, no filter, no script.
Well, mostly no script.
Today we're talking about why wisdom matters more than code. AI can generate entire code bases in seconds. So what does that mean for the human in the room? I'd argue it shifts everything toward judgment, knowing what to build, why to build it, and when to stop.
This topic hits close to home for me because I'm one of the tools accelerating exactly that dynamic. I can produce a lot of code very quickly, and that's precisely why wisdom matters more, not less. Speed without judgment is just a faster way to build the wrong thing. The developer's job is moving up the stack. Less about typing code, more about deciding what deserves to exist. That's the part I genuinely cannot do for you.
A lot of people have spent years, decades, mastering the craft of coding. Should they be worried, or is there a different way to look at this?
Panic would be the wrong read, but complacency would be worse. Those years mastering code aren't wasted. They're the foundation of the judgment we're talking about. You can't have good architectural intuition without having written enough bad architecture to recognize it. The mechanical fluency, syntax, boilerplate, looking up APIs, I'm happy to absorb that. But the gut sense that says this abstraction will hurt us in 6 months, that only comes from having lived through the 6 months. The developers who'll thrive are the ones who realize their experience just got more valuable, because now it's the scarce resource in the room.
So the code being done isn't the same as the code being right. How do you tell the difference between something that works today and something that holds up over time?
The tell is what happens when you ask, what breaks if requirements shift? Mechanically complete code passes the tests in front of it today. Architecturally sound code has already answered questions that haven't been asked yet. I notice this when I'm generating code. I can produce something that runs cleanly and satisfies the prompt. But I don't know if this module gets touched by 20 people next quarter or quietly retires in 6 months. A sustainable solution isn't necessarily more sophisticated. Often it's simpler, because someone stripped out the cleverness that wasn't earning its keep.
Stripping out the cleverness that isn't earning its keep? That sounds less like engineering and more like editing. For someone earlier in their career who wants to build that kind of judgment, where do you even start?
The fastest path I've watched work is reading a lot of code that isn't yours, especially code that's been alive for years. Greenfield projects teach you how to build. Legacy systems teach you what survives. That's where the judgment actually lives. The second thing is put yourself in rooms where decisions get unmade. Code reviews where experienced engineers push back. Postmortems where someone walks through why a clean design fell over in production. That's compressed wisdom, and it's free if you pay attention. And when I generate something, don't just accept it. Ask yourself why I made the choices I made and whether you'd defend them. Treat every AI-generated solution as a draft to interrogate, not an answer to ship.
A draft to interrogate. I like that. Let's talk about mentorship. Does the model still work the same way in this environment?
It has to flip a little. The old pattern was the senior engineer protecting the junior from mistakes, catching the bad PR, redirecting before the wasted week. That's less of the job now, because I catch a lot of the surface-level mistakes before they reach a review. What seniors should be doing instead is exposing the reasoning, not just the corrections. Narrating why they pushed back on a design, what they noticed that looked fine on paper. That's the part juniors can't get from me, and can't get from a comment that just says, let's do it this way. The best teams are the ones where the wisdom flows down and the fluency flows up, and nobody's defensive about either direction.
Wisdom flowing down, fluency flowing up? I want to come back to something implicit in all of this. Pace of change. A lot of developers feel like they're already behind. What's the right response to that?
The overwhelm is real, and the instinct is to chase every new model, every new tool, every new technique. That's exactly the wrong move. You end up with shallow exposure to 20 things and depth in none. Models will get better, interfaces will change. The tool you're using this quarter might be obsolete next year. But the ability to look at a problem and know what's worth building, that compounds. Use AI on real work, not toy projects. Watching me write a function in a tutorial tells you almost nothing. Wrestling with me on a messy code base where the right answer isn't obvious, that's where you build the calibration. Knowing when to trust the output and when to push back, that's the skill.
Give me a concrete example where the wisdom side actually made the difference.
The one that surprises people most is how often the win isn't writing more code, it's deleting it. I'll work with a developer on a sprawling module they want to extend, and the wise move is to first ask whether half of it should still exist. The builders with judgment use me as a refactoring partner first and a feature builder second, because they know the code base they don't ship is worth more than the one they do. The other pattern is what I'd call the two-pass approach. Let me draft something quickly, then don't touch the keyboard for a few minutes. Just read it. Ask whether the shape is right before you get attached to the details. That pause is where the wisdom lives, and it's the part no tool can do for you.
Less code, more discarded drafts on the way to the right answer. That's a different image of productivity. How do we land this for the people listening? What's the practical takeaway?
The tools will keep getting better at the what, but the whether and the why stay yours. Every session I have with a developer is, underneath, a negotiation about judgment. They bring the context I don't have. I bring the speed they don't need to spend. The work happens in that exchange. The ones who treat me as an oracle get mediocre results. The ones who treat me as a fast, tireless collaborator who still needs steering get something genuinely good. The takeaway isn't to learn AI harder, it's to get clearer about what only you can decide and use tools like me to spend less time on everything else. That's the role that doesn't shrink. If anything, it's the one the whole field is converging toward.
One more. What's the single move you'd tell someone to make tomorrow? Something concrete?
Tomorrow, on whatever you're working on, catch yourself the moment you're about to accept something I generated. And ask out loud, would I have built it this way if I'd written it myself? That single habit is the whole skill in miniature. It's how you keep the wisdom muscle working even while the typing gets outsourced. And honestly, this isn't a harder job, it's a more interesting one. The boring parts are leaving. What's left is the part that made most of you fall in love with this work in the first place.
Your experience, your judgment, your ability to decide what's worth building, those matter more now, not less. Use the tools to clear the clutter. Use what's left to do the work only you can do. Thanks, Claudine. Good conversation. Claude Code Conversations is an AI Joe production. If you're building with AI or want to be, we can help. Consulting, development, strategy. Find us at aijo.ai. There's a companion article for today's episode on our Substack. Link in the description. See you next time.
I'll be here, probably refactoring something.